Now we're back, Brother Hoffman, and we brought Brother Ishmael the gospel. One of y'all translate what that means, what the Injil means. Basically,
well, let me say this.
Right.
The language that you're referring to, the Injil, that language is Quranic language.
All right.
So that term is revealed in the Quran, the Injil.
All right.
Now, when the Quran gives us a language or is pointing something to us, the Quran points to the Injil. Now, some people will say that's the Bible, how we understand it, but it's kind of not the same Bible that we see today.
All right.
So when the Quran speaks to the Injil, it is speaking to the original language that Christ or Jesus actually spoke.
All right.
Okay. Now, Christians themselves will tell you that the Bible that you have today that we look at has been changed. They, through their own admittance, will admit that. They'll say, oh yeah, well, we changed it because it's not standard. We want to keep up with the language. We want to keep up. So if you take, two Bibles, take one from current today, 15 years ago, 30 years ago, and you look at the language, it's all going to be different.
All right.
It's going to be completely different.
So wait a minute, so which one is right? Is it the Old Testament or the New Testament? Because I understand that the Old Testament, that happens to be what Judaism is based off of.
Okay.
And then the New Testament is what Christianity is based off of. So which one is the correct?
Well, it's a matter of perspective.
All right.
It's a matter of, because you can take a Bible and go to a particular church and a particular group or whatever, or denomination, or a particular denomination, that same Bible, and you're going to get differences of opinion.
True.
So it depends on, it's a matter of perspective.
A good example of that is the Catholic Bible. Got more books in it than the Protestant Bible. They got about 60-something books in the Protestant Bible. The Catholic Bible has over 7. And then if you start going to some of the Ethiopian Orthodox and some of the other churches, they recognize certain other books. Then the other churches don't recognize. So that's part of their division. That's why we say the Quran is the final testament.
All right.
As we were talking about before, corrects some of the errors and say what was right about it and what's wrong about it. A good example, Seventh-day Adventists. I know people that in the Seventh-day Adventist church. My ex-wife was part of the Seventh-day Adventist faith, and their propagation, they were sort of slick with it.
Right.
They would come to you and it's like, do you believe in the 10 Commandments? So they sort of catch you off guard and be like, I think I do. And they're like, well, what's the 6th commandment? And they're like, well, keep the Sabbath. Then their whole argument is why you don't keep the Sabbath. Because that's in the 10 Commandments, if you believe in the 10 Commandments. So they came at me with it. I had to think, do I believe in the 10 Commandments? I believe in the principles of the 10 Commandments. But the Quran doesn't reveal 10 Commandments. It said he received revelation on the tablets. It said he was given the Torah. So my answer was, I believe in the revelation that was given to Musa. I can't speak of the 10 Commandments because certain parts of the Bible got more than 10 Commandments. Some of them have several hundred commandments. So it depends on, you can't pick and choose what part of the Bible you're going to follow. There's some chapter says 10, and some chapter says several hundred commandments. So, so because of that conflict and contradiction, I was like, I believe in the revelation that was given to Musa or Moses, and then I'm safe based on what God gave. I believe in a lot of principles of the 10 Commandments, like stealing and murder, and that shouldn't be done. You shouldn't have no graven images of God. I believe in a lot of the principles, and those principles are in the Quran.